Hi everyone, it's Cicely at So White, and today I'm going to make mini Easter egg nest cakes. I'm using the brand new mini donut mould, now available at So White for this. I'm going to be using a Victoria sponge, which I've just whipped up, really simple. And I'm going to lightly grease this before I put the mixture in, just so it doesn't stick in the oven. Okay, so I've lightly greased the mould. As you can see, it's just a little bit shinier now. All I'm going to do is spoon in a couple of teaspoons into each mould. You don't want to fill it more than sort of 3/4 full because they do rise. And yeah, that's all for now. Okay, so here are the little cakes out of the oven. You see they're an absolutely gorgeous golden brown. You can also see at the sides that they're starting to pull away from the silicone, which shows they're done. Okay, so the cakes are cool, and I've managed to get 2 out already, and there's a little bit left in, but you know, luckily we greased it, so they came out fairly well. And so the next thing is just sort of move silicone about. It should pick it up quite well. The good thing with the silicone is you can kind of push it from the bottom and manoeuvre it as you need to. Oh, got a little bit broken on that one, but that's fine. You put the nest on the top, no one's going to see. A little bit broken on that, but again, the same, we're going to be putting ganache and stuff on it, so it's fine. Right, okay, so there we go. There are our 8 lovely beginning bird nests. To make the chocolate nests, which sit on top of the little round cakes, I'm going to do something similar to the chocolate crown topper video that I did before, but this time I'm going to make a stencil from circles. I'm using just a normal cup. It's about the same size as the circle cakes, and all I'm going to do is just draw around with a pen. With quite big marker pens are good because it's got to go underneath the greaseproof paper, so if you can make it fairly large then that's fine. Okay, so I put the little template that we made, just drew out on some white paper onto a baking tray. You can also do this on a normal chopping board. It's just so when we do the chocolate we can move it in and out of the fridge without having to bend the greaseproof paper too much. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just lightly sellotape this on so it's nice and flat. Right, so as you can see, because we've used quite a thick line, we can see it underneath the greaseproof paper fairly well. And now I'm going to get a piping bag and some melted chocolate so we can make the nests. Okay, so I've melted the chocolate, put it in a piping bag. For this one, you don't need a nozzle, but you can if you want, it's totally up to you. What I'm going to do, you can make this really large or really small. You can see when I start, I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Okay, so to make the nests, this is so easy and it's quite fun to do. So we've got the circles, so we know that's how big the nests roughly need to be. So you can go a little bit bigger and a little bit smaller. And so all I'm going to do is just do loads of lines like a nest, so it sits on top. So you can just do loads of squiggles. And there you go. How simple is that? So that is going to be the bird nest topping that goes right on top of the little cake. So I'm going to put this in the fridge now. Okay, so here are the top of the nests that we're going to put on. They've come out of the fridge, they're now rock hard. If we pull the paper off, they should come off very easily. Look how easy that is, fantastic. So I'll keep that on there for now because it's cold and I've got quite warm hands after being in the oven. And so yeah, so we're just going to wait for the little cakes to cool, and we can cover them in ganache, put the nests on and put the eggs on, and we've got ourselves some really cute little Easter treats. Okay, so the cakes have cooled down. I've got the chocolate ganache ready. You can see it started getting quite thick. The chocolate ganache recipe is in there already, so you can get it off there. Or it's, if you just want to know, it's 100 grams of dark chocolate and 100 millilitres of double cream and a tiny, tiny knob of butter, because I just think it makes it slightly shiny. I've also got the nests here, as you can see, and our mini eggs for the eggs in the basket. And what I'm going to do is fill the bird nest cakes with chocolate around the edge because I think it's going to look quite nice, and then you'll get a nice amount of, you can use buttercream as well. I just didn't have any butter left, so I went with ganache. So this will also help the bird's nest that we're going to stick on the top stay on. It's a nice sort of glue. So they don't look all that special at the second, but they will. So you take that. Whoops, broken a bit of the nest off already because it's quite warm. Put the nest on the top. Like that, so you can see it looks slightly more rustic already. I'm going to dip the mini eggs into the ganache and pop them on, just so when you move about they're not going to fly off. Can't have any Easter injuries. So yeah, there we go, there's the, oh, bit wobbly. There we go, there's the first one, and you can put as many eggs on as you like. I do like a mini egg, so I'm going to put 4 on. So there we go, so you can see it gives a nice sort of little look, and so just got to do the rest of all of them. Cool, okay, so there we go, there's all our little bird's nests. Now let's put all the little bird's nest toppers on. So I've got the other 2 nest toppers in the fridge, but I'll get them out later. Okay, the ganache back, dip some eggs, just so they've got a little bit on, and they'll just stick better. Okay, so here are the mini Easter egg nest cakes, and they look absolutely adorable, and I'll get a couple of photos done and I'll put them on the blog and the website, and I hope you enjoy this little video, and happy Easter!